The Secretary of the Flight Attendants Association of Australia now, Teri joins us. Teri, thanks so much for your time. What are you seeing behind the scenes? Why are we seeing this chaos?
Well, I think it's really important to remember that this was coming. Everyone knew that travel would come back at the Easter break, and everyone would especially want to get over to the Western states to see their families. To suggest that this wasn't known is just ridiculous. Domestic flying has been back since 2021. They have been flying. These shortages have nothing really to do with Easter or passengers flying again. What it's got a lot to do with is the fact that jobs have been outsourced. People don't work for Qantas anymore. They work for third-party employers. They are casual employees. They have no, I don't want to say no loyalty to their employer, but they don't work for Qantas. And so the frustration that Qantas passengers feel is really not their problem.
So
Goodwill has a price.
Then casual, yeah, that's absolutely right. But what's happening? So are these casual employees taking up opportunities, better paying opportunities outside of the entire sector?
That's my understanding. What they're doing is, if you're a casual employee, you may work for 3 or 4 different employers, and depending on the day, depending on the rates of pay, you'll make your decisions based on that. It's my understanding, and I don't represent those the ground handlers, but it's my understanding that to be called in to work overtime or to work on a day off is significantly less than your normal pay. They don't pay the same hourly rate, so you'll find that people are not coming in. I do know that it's been publicised. Qantas sacked 1,800 ground staff workers. What we call in the industry below the wing, which are the baggage handlers and the people that drive tugs. And then you have the catering has been offshored as well, outsourced as well to Donata. So the Qantas has made these changes, deliberately made these changes, and now to have the CEO come on and say it's the passengers' fault because they're not taking deodorant out of their bags at screening, it's just ludicrous. It's a new version of the Emperor's New Clothes. We're reinventing the bedtime story. It's just not true. This was expected.
How understaffed do you think these airlines are at the moment?
Well, let me just say that international and domestic cabin crew lost 1,500 experienced workers in a redundancy that Qantas did during COVID. Now, they have not been replaced yet. We've been informed that the company intend to replace 1,000 of the international crew, and they're going to train them in Dubai and Abu Dhabi because there are no training facilities. The training pipeline is so heavy that they can't actually train them here, which means that brand new recruits off the street, some will have airline experience, some won't, will be travelling to Middle Eastern countries for 28 days to be trained. And we don't say that that's even something that, is really acceptable. We all know that human rights, certainly for the LGBTQ community, Q+ community in these Middle Eastern countries is not up to par. So we've got some grave concerns that not only are we short there, but you obviously, I'm sure you're aware of the court case, that the appeal that's going on at the moment for the ground handlers that were sacked, the 1,800 ground handlers. Now, I have anecdotal stories where we were told last weekend they're calling managers in to assist on the ground with baggage handling. I have been told anecdotally that 8 managers came in last weekend. They got in there, they put all the bags in order of, priority of frequent flyer status, and they did a spreadsheet and they managed to tag 40 bags. Now, in that same amount of time, 4 workers would have tagged 200 bags. So it just goes to show we've got management that are not subject matter experts. They're just managers. They don't do the job. And we are now reaping the rewards of that. And I think it's interesting because it's my understanding that Qantas have got managers in, executive and managers coming into the airports to try and move some of this backlog.
Yeah, Teri, thanks so much for your time this morning. I appreciate it, because we need to remind our viewers that these are essential monopolies. So you don't have those market forces at play. Sydney Airport and Melbourne Airport, of course, being major monopolies by design. Qantas pretty much there as well. And they did get $2 billion from the federal government during the pandemic.